Hi, everybody. Sorry. Yeah. Hi, everybody. Good morning and welcome to our product roundup webinar. I'm Neha. I look after the product marketing at iMocha. So before we start, these are a few pointers for you all. Yeah. So we do have a Q&A session at the end. However, please free to submit your questions anytime during the webinar. The Q&A box is located at the bottom of your screen. We will try to get to as many questions as possible. So for any audio issues, you can recheck if you're clicked join with audio button, and also please recheck that your audio is turned up on your speaker. We do have a feedback poll during the webinar, so please share your thoughts. It will help us improve. All right then, let's get started. Yeah, so here's what you'll learn in this webinar. First is combining multiple skills like technical, functional, and business English skills in a single assessment. So this will help recruiting candidates faster. Update hiring status for multiple candidates in one click and also view the candidate pipeline. This will also help in saving the recruitment time. So we have upgraded our test creation process and we have also introduced a ready job role based test. We will focus on what is the best way to use this. And last but not the least, the latest skills that we have released in February. All right, so let's move to the first one. So assessing multiple skills in a single assessment. So we'll discuss the use case first. So many of our customers report that assessing core skills and communication skills in a single assessment is a problem. Today, for customer facing roles, proficiency in business English is a must. If we take for example, a customer support candidate needs to have technical knowledge as well as good communication skills. And though we have a standalone assessment for business English called as the AI English Pro, candidates are still reluctant to appear for multiple assessments. And hiring managers and reviewers do not have the time to manually evaluate communication skills assessments. So here's how we are solving the problem. We have introduced the AI evaluation, speaking and writing. So this is a new question type that we have introduced. And this can be added to any of your assessment. It can be added to iMocha's ready to use test, or even if you create your own test, this can be added to it. The answers are all auto evaluated using artificial intelligence and natural language processing capabilities. So let me show you a quick demo on the platform. Yeah. So you can go to My Test. You can click on any of the existing tests, or you can create a new test. So here I have created a junior developer test. Let's just go inside the test. The test is right now in the draft mode, so I can make changes to it. So here, if you can see, we just have one section, which is coding, the coding easy section. Now I can decide to add the AI evaluation speaking and writing skills to this test. So I'll click on add skill. I'll select the library as iMocha. When I click on select question type in the drop down, you can see both the question types. So we have AI evaluation speaking, we have AI evaluation writing. You can either add any one of them or you can add both to your test. So I'll select the AI evaluation speaking first. Then I click on select skill. So we have curated 12 questions for AI evaluation speaking. Select the questions. Here you can decide between the automated and the manual selection. So if I say automated, I'll say 2 of easy questions, 1 of medium. I'll say save skill, and the skill is added successfully. Yeah. Again, if I want to add the writing part, it's the same process. We again have 12 questions over here. So select questions. So we have questions like draft a mail to your friend congratulating him for coming first in a government sponsored competitive exam, or draft a mail to your manager asking for an unplanned leave owing to an urgent family issue. Similar questions like that. So one easy, one medium maybe, and say save skill. Yeah, so this is done. So what I've done is in this test, I have a coding section, I have the AI evaluation speaking section, and I have also have the AI evaluation writing section. Now I can just publish this test. And now I can start inviting candidates. So this was about the AI question types in the iMooka skill library. However, if you want to use your own questions, or if you want to add a question for this new question type, that also can be done. You can click on my questions, select add question. Again, in the drop down, you'll see AI evaluation speaking, AI evaluation writing. Just select the one that you want to add. Select the skill that you have already added. Your question will appear over here. Decide upon the recording time limit, the number of retakes that you will allow, the difficulty level, the points, and click on save. Once done, you can then use these questions in your assessments. So I'll just show you a sample report of how this question type looks like. So this is the candidate report. So this is the overall score of the candidate. And if we go down, this is the test composition. So you have the AI evaluation speaking, you have the AI evaluation writing, and you also have another section called as customer focus. Now for AI, the average percentage will be shown, and the scoring is based on the weightage for each enabling skills. So if you go down for AI evaluation speaking, it is based on oral fluency, speaking tone, vocabulary. And this is the percentage that is scored by the candidate. Similarly, for AI evaluation writing, we look after grammar, the word count, the writing tone, and vocabulary. And this is the percentage that has been scored by the candidate. I'll show you a sample demo video. Yeah. So this was the question. Talk about 3 achievements you have had in the last year. And this is the candidate's response.
Hi, good morning. I would say my 3 achievements are first, my academic paper got published in 2020, which was on mental illness and health. It was also presented in a state level seminar. So I'd say that is one of my achievements. Next, in this COVID-19 situation, it was very difficult to get a job, but I did get one. I wanted to be a content editor, and I am today. So I'd say that is another one of my achievement. I really worked hard for it. And third, I would say my exams were held after I got the job in October because of the COVID-19 situation again. By the time I was working, and still throughout, I secured 10 pointers even though I was working and preparing for the exams at the same time. So I'd say that is one of my achievements as well. Mainly because I'm from.
So this was the sample demo. At the backend, the answer is evaluated and scored accordingly. It is similar for the writing part. So here is a writing question. This is like write a email to one of your oldest customers who has just retired and giving way to his colleague who has never worked with you. So like a starting mail to the another time into the new colleague, and this is the candidate's answer. So again, the answers are evaluated at the backend, and this score is given accordingly. All right. So this was all about the AI question types. Let's move to the next part. Next is updating hiring status for multiple candidates. All right. So the use case for this is right now, iMuka empowers recruiters to mark the hiring status. However, this could be done only for one candidate at a time, and that was time consuming when you consider there are loads of reports and you have to create a pipeline for your recruitment process. So solve this, we have tweaked the functionality a bit. So now you can update the hiring status for multiple candidates in one click. So we can also see how this is done. You can again go into my test. You can select the test, click on reports. So let's say I see the reports and I see, okay, these are the two candidates that I want to shortlist for the next round of interviews. So I can select the two candidates in one go. I can click on change candidate status from over here, and I can select the candidate status. So let's say I say shortlisted. I say apply to all. Yeah, and this is done. So you can see the status is reflected over here, and this will help a lot when you have loads of reports. All right. So moving for the next part. Next is we have changed the test creation process. So the use case for this is earlier, each and every edit that was directly made on the test was on the live test. Like it did not have a review mechanism. So this impacted the test creation process. Now what we have done is we have introduced a draft and publish mode for test. So this will enable test creators, hiring managers, and recruiters to have more control over the process. So before showing this on the platform, I'll also quickly run you through the ready job role based test because that is a similar process. Yeah. So we have also introduced a ready job role based test. So the use case for this is that test recruiters and test creators find it difficult to create a well balanced test as per the job description. So hiring managers forward the job description and recruiters or test creators try to create an assessment as per that. However, they are not subject matter experts and often end up creating a test that is probably not well balanced or does not have the required skills. So this ends up increasing the recruitment time and also sometimes leads to poor candidate engagement. So what we have done is to help out with this, we have launched Ready Job Role Based Test. And in this, we have curated 25 Ready Job Role Based Tests for IT and technical skills. So these are created by subject matter experts and are industry benchmark. So you can easily use this. So I'll go back to the platform and I'll show you a demo for both. So for the new test creation process, you can either modify an existing test or you can create a new test. So right now, when I click on create new test, all right, you have two options. You can select from ready job role based test. You can click on the drop down. So we have all this ready to use tests. So we have AWS Cloud Architect, data scientist with Python, entry-level graduates, full stack Python developer, junior Java developer, senior developer, RPA Blue Prism. Any of this I can select. Let's say I select RPA developer Blue Prism. And I say create. So this test is created. So any new test that is created, that will be in the draft mode. All right, and this is the sections for it. So I have the Blue Prism RPA MCQ, I have the Blue Prism Logic Balls, and I have the coding SQLite. Even though it is a test created by subject matter experts, we have given the option, we have given the flexibility of adding another skill to it. However, we recommend sending this test directly to candidates because This test has been created after a lot of research, after a lot of studying the job descriptions of customers, speaking to our customers, and that is how we have created this test. So you can try this out. You can go to settings. You can configure all the test settings, whatever you require. You have the test settings, you have the proctoring settings, report, test instructions, candidate details, reviewer settings. You can even share this test in a draft mode. So let's say if I click on share, I want to share this with a colleague, I can share it. The test will be shared in the draft mode itself. Once I'm ready with all my changes, what I can do is I can click on publish. Unless and until you click on publish, the invite button will not be activated. All right. So I'll click on publish. It will ask me for a confirmation. Yeah, there you go. So right now I have published the test, and now I can go ahead and create invitation links. Then again, the process is the same. If I want to create a new test, I'll just enter the test name. Let's say I choose data scientist. I'll say create. So right now over here, this is in the draft mode again. Add skill, choose from iMocha or my questions. So iMocha, I'll say coding. Data science with Python. This process is the same. Select questions. Select 2 questions of medium, easy, 1 of medium. Coding language will be Python with ML. And I'll say save skill. Yeah, so this is saved. Once I publish it, I can start inviting the candidates. And if you have a published test, if you want to make any changes to this test, you'll have to move it to the draft mode. So you can move it to the draft mode from over here, or you can move it from over here. All right, let's move to the last part. Yeah, so these are all the skills that we have launched in February. We have automation testing, so 3 new tests added in that. For Python, we have added 1 new test. Software development, we have added 3 new tests. Data science, 1 test. Machine learning, there are 2 tests. Business skills, 2 tests. And system administration, 1 test. So all these new skills you can search for it in the skills library. Just enter the name and you'll get all the skills over there. So that's it from our end, folks. If you have any questions, you can start asking that. And at the end of the session, we'll also share this recording and an email also, where we will give the links for all the help articles. Somebody has raised their hand. Can you please type the question in the Q&A box? Yeah. So for the AI for speech, right now we only have it for English. That's the only language we can process it for as of now. I hope I answered your question, Ezra. Great. All right, guys, seems like it was a very good session. I don't have much questions over here. Okay. So if you still have any questions, you can drop an email. All right, so we have one question. So Mohammed, the new editions are already live on the platform. You can use it anytime. All right. So Hind, you have a question. What is the usage of changing the candidate status? All right. Let me show you the demo again. Okay, for changing the candidate status. So earlier what used to happen is when we allotted, when we gave the functionality to change the candidate status, you could only select one candidate at a time and select the status for that. Now, what has happened is you can select multiple candidates at a time and then allot the status to them. So if you can see over here, earlier, I could just select one candidate and then change the status. And what would happen is in this, obviously, there are just 3 reports over here, so maybe the impact is not that much. But when you're looking at a lot of reports, I'm sure you must be getting like around 10, 15, 20 reports probably. And if you want to assign candidate status to each of the candidate that has appeared for the test, it is very tedious and time consuming to select one candidate and then try to change the status for them. So right now what we can do is you can select multiple candidates in one go. You can click over here and you can change the status. So let's say I already selected shortlisted for them, and let's say they have cleared, this interview went well and they have moved to the level 1 interview. So I'll click on that. I'll say yes, apply to all. Give me a minute. Yes. So the status will be changed over here. So whenever you want to have a view that how many candidates are selected for level 1 interview or are shortlisted, you can view it from over here. I hope I answered that, Hind. Oh, welcome, Hind. We hope it is very useful for you. All right, so I think we have taken all the questions. Still, if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. My email ID is neha@imuka.io, or you can reach out to support@imuka.io for any of your queries, and we'll be happy to help you out. So guys, from all of us over here, have a great day, and thank you for joining. Thank you.